Welcome back to Final Whiz. Manchester United have completed 3 permanent signings in the summer transfer window, with Karl Darlow, Andre Santos, and Yuri Tielemans all arriving at Old Trafford. Former Chelsea midfielder John Obi Mikel has named Tielemans as his signing of the summer across the entire Premier League. Speaking on the Obi-Wan podcast, Mikel said, "For me, it's Yuri Tielemans." Tielemans joined United from Aston Villa for £35 million, with the fee reduced significantly due to a release clause in his contract. The Belgian was not United's initial target. Talks only began after United decided against signing a striker from Atalanta following concerns raised in a medical. A hamstring injury sustained at the World Cup created uncertainty over Tielemans' fitness, but he passed his medical and became United's 3rd signing of the summer within a 24-hour period, following Darlow and Santos. The combined fee for Santos and Tielemans totaled £85 million. Mikel described Tielemans as a player capable of operating as a 6, an 8, or a 10, and highlighted his set-piece threat, ball retention, and game intelligence as key attributes. He noted that pace is the only limitation in Tielemans' game. Manchester United are expected to make further additions before the transfer window closes, with midfield and left back identified as priority positions. Lewis Hall of Newcastle United remains United's primary left back target, while Jorge Salinas of Barcelona and Anthony Robinson have also been mentioned as alternative options. In midfield, Roma's Manu Kone is considered a realistic target, while Real Madrid's Eduardo Camavinga and Aurelien Tchouameni remain under consideration, contingent on Real Madrid's pursuit of Rodri. Before we continue, if you're finding this update useful, this is Final Whiz, and we cover Manchester United transfer news like this daily. Subscribing helps this channel keep bringing you fast, accurate updates the moment they break, so take a second to hit subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment telling us who you think United should sign next. Your input genuinely shapes what we cover. Manchester United are close to completing 2 departures before their next signing is confirmed. A player who was United's second-choice option last season is expected to join a La Liga club on loan, with a permanent move possible next summer for £3.5 million. A second departure involves a young goalkeeper moving to Middlesbrough on loan after growing frustrated at limited first-team opportunities behind Seny Lamens. Once these 2 exits are finalized, United's next move remains uncertain. Joshua Zirkzee was expected to leave United at the start of the summer after struggling to lead the line in the Premier League. Benjamin Šeško, United's first-choice striker last season, has not featured in any pre-season travel squad due to ongoing injury recovery. Manchester United's only alternative striker target this summer was Danny Welbeck, who has since signed for Chelsea. Left back remains a priority need, though a deal for Lewis Hall is expected to be difficult following Bruno Guimaraes' departure to Arsenal, as Newcastle aim to prevent further player exits. Separately, 4 academy players, Cheeto Obi, Toby Collier, Dan Gore, and Jace Daniels were absent from United's trip to Stockholm. Collier is considered the most likely to leave permanently this summer. Manchester United youngster J.J. Gabriel has continued training with the first team under Michael Carrick's pre-season plans. Luke Shaw has been photographed supporting Gabriel during his integration into the senior squad, including guiding him during media interactions following United's win over Atletico Madrid. Shaw made his only first-team debut at 16 before signing for United for £30 million, one of the most expensive teenage transfers at the time. Teammates have praised Gabriel's early performances in training. Brian Mbumo said, "You can feel that the little guy has something special." Lenny Yoro also described him as a talented player. Aidan Heaven stated, "He's really good. For his age, he's unbelievable, and he's ready when he gets his chance." Gabriel was included in United's squad for their trip to Norway to face Rosenborg and was named in the squad again for the match in Sweden. He made his senior debut against Atletico Madrid, entering the match with 8 minutes remaining. Manchester United have been linked to Atalanta defender Giorgio Scalvini, according to The Telegraph. The 22-year-old has made 137 appearances for Atalanta and has previously been scouted by United. Scalvini can play as a center-back or a defensive midfielder and completed 88% of his passes last season. Reports indicate Carrick is shifting transfer priorities away from a third midfielder and toward defensive reinforcement, given injury issues affecting Lisandro Martinez and Matheus de Ligt last season. Scalvini is valued between £32 million and £38 million, according to Transfermarkt. He has missed 81 matches over the past 3 years, including 14 matches last season, due to 4 separate fitness issues. Separately, Sky Sport Italia report that Juventus are interested in signing Joshua Zirkzee on a season-long loan. Zirkzee has scored 9 goals in 75 appearances since joining United for £36.5 million in 2024. The report states Zirkzee has approved a potential move to Juventus, with playing time restricted by the presence of Šeško, Kuna, and Bryan Mbeumo. Miles Lewis-Skelly has remained a long-term transfer target for Manchester United. According to The Independent, United have been investigating whether Arsenal would consider selling the 19-year-old. Interest has resurfaced following Arsenal's pursuit of Bruno Guimaraes, which could affect Lewis-Skelly's position in the squad. His playing time was reduced last season following the signing of Piero Hincapié and manager Mikel Arteta's preference for conventional fullbacks, including Riccardo Calafiori. His form improved later in the season, including a start in the Champions League final against PSG. When signing a contract extension until 2030 last summer, Lewis-Skelly told Arsenal's official website, "I want a legacy." He also stated his intention to win every trophy available in football. He contributed to Arsenal's Premier League title win last season. Despite United's renewed interest, his recent pre-season form under Arteta suggests he is likely to remain and compete for his place at Arsenal. This is the story you've been waiting for. Before we get into it, if you want daily Manchester United coverage exactly like this, make sure you're subscribed to Final Whiz, because what comes next could define United's transfer window. Manchester United have reportedly set aside approximately £60 million for a move to sign Lewis Hall from Newcastle. Combined with a second Newcastle-linked target, the total figure being discussed reaches £116 million. According to reporting from David Ornstein, Hall now appears more likely to remain at Newcastle, particularly following the departure of manager Eddie Howe. Newcastle are reportedly determined to prevent further player exits after already losing Bruno Guimaraes to Arsenal. Separately, a swap-style scenario has been reported involving Zirkzee moving to Juventus in exchange for Francisco Conceição, valued around £60 million. According to Tuttosport, the expected arrival of Kerim Alaegbovic has opened the door for Conceição to leave Juventus. The discussions are described as open, with a positive relationship between the two clubs and involvement from agent George Mendes. Marcus Rashford's future at Manchester United has remained uncertain throughout the transfer window. During his loan at Barcelona last season, Rashford recorded 14 goals and 14 assists in all competitions. Barcelona chose not to sign him for £26 million, instead signing Anthony Gordon. It has been reported that United's hierarchy would prefer to sell Rashford this summer to reduce wage expenditure and free up funds for a new left winger. However, reports indicate that head coach Michael Carrick and his coaching staff want to continue working with Rashford next season. BBC Sport's Simon Stone has stated that Rashford's continued stay at United is close to being finalized. Transfer journalist Fabrizio Romano stated in a YouTube update that Rashford now has more than a 50% chance of remaining at United for the 2026-27 season. Romano added that Rashford has no current intention of moving to the Saudi Arabian Pro League or Super League and would only consider clubs in Europe's top leagues. TalkSport presenter Jeff Stelling said, "For someone like Rashford, it would be a last resort in my view." Vinicius Jr. remains linked to a move to Arsenal, though reports suggest Real Madrid are increasingly confident of retaining him following a positive meeting involving head coach Jose Mourinho. Reports in Spain indicate personal terms on a new contract have already been agreed. Should Vinicius stay, Arsenal may turn attention to Bradley Barcola, though his stated preference is reportedly Liverpool. Tottenham defender Christian Romero is attracting interest from Atletico Madrid and Inter Milan, with a potential fee of around £40 million. Aston Villa have agreed a deal to sign Matteo Ruggeri from Atletico Madrid for approximately £20 million as a replacement for Luca Digne, who is set to join Paris Saint-Germain. Arsenal are reportedly preparing a second bid for Villa defender Ezri Konsa. Fulham have